What's up guys, Armadillo back here with a quick review of the Fans Toys FT-24, their version of Arcee. So to get things started, why don't we look at some comparisons. Here she is with MP Hot Rod, a little taller than him. MP Daniel, Unique Toys Buzzing, their Blur, Fans Toys Cup, good scale there. Open in place Springer, and MP Ultra Magnus, who does not even fit in my frame here. But overall scale works good, I think. So for articulation, she's really good actually. I think they did a nice job on the articulation. We'll go over it now. So the head is on a ball peg, and then also the whole joint is on a swivel. So it gets you down to there and up to there and all the way around. Shoulders are on ball joints, gets you all the way around, although it is hindered by the backpack there. Double jointed elbows, which get you all the way anywhere you need to go there. Bicep swivel, forearm swivel, and then wrists bend backwards and forwards, and all the fingers are molded together and they articulate on one hinge there. You can go out to there, and the closed fist looks a little awkward, to be honest, but not terrible. No waist articulation. Now that is a real bummer. I can't figure out how to do any waist articulation at all. The hip joints pop in and out due to transformation, so when you have them all the way out, then you get the full range of motion, all the way out to there, all the way forward, all the way back. A thigh swivel, it's nice and tight. Upper thigh. Looks like we have a lower, no, there's no, that line is just from transformation, but the knee joint is a single joint, but it gets you plenty there. It is a little loose. This one is a little more loose than the other one, but you can tighten it up there with that screw, I'm sure. Should be fine. Ankle, or the foot, bends all the way down and a little bit up, but then the toe can get you even further. So great foot articulation. The ankle rocker is there. It's adequate. It's not great, but it's there. Overall, the feet are a little small, which is great for sculpt, but not great for getting her to stand up. So that wraps up articulation. For accessories, you get the gray pistol that I have in her hand already there, and it's a little different how they mount them. You have a small slot in the front of the handle there. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that slots into this peg on her hand, and she comes with a set of hands with these pegs and a set without. So you just slot it on there and then close the hand up, and she holds it pretty good, nice and firm. And then the other hand you see here, it doesn't have that clip, but you get a set of each. Okay, so other accessories, you get the pink rifle, comes in two parts, and then you get an alternate chest as well, and how you replace that is you pop the head down, and there's 2 screws right there and there that you undo and pop this one on. So very easy to do. I prefer the larger chest, go figure, but that gives you an idea of the difference there between the two. And yes, they're both die cast. I should mention, yeah, die cast legs. All the thigh, I believe, is die cast all the way through there. This waist piece is die cast. This is die cast, I believe. And most of the lower leg as well is die cast. So lots of weight and heft to her. Feels like great quality in your hands. Now let's go through the different face options. So you just pop her head open, and this easily pops off. So the one with the visor there I had on her. This one is more of a anime look, big eyes. This one's more of a shouting face. That one's a kind of shouting face with squinty eyes. This one's pretty much her regular face, just a little bit slim. And then there's a very close version. It comes that's a little filled out more. This one here. So plenty of options for your Arcee. How you want her face to look. Yeah, that one looks nice. I think I'll leave that one for now. So let's get into transformation. We'll take the gun off. We'll start by flipping the head down and back and out of the way. Disconnect her back from her waist like that, and then you can pull up, and that pretty much separates the upper torso from the lower. Now we want to pull the arms away from the body. They're on pegs there. And now we can get at these front portions here. We need to bring the armature around, and then it's kind of tricky, but reminds me of a Starscream or something. Has this same kind of transformation where these swivel around, but you have to get them just at the right angle for it to not interfere. So those swing around and out of the way. With those out of the way, now this is probably the coolest part of the transformation. We have this hood flap here. This is going to kind of do what MP Bumblebee does with the hood. It kind of loops around and through. It's actually quite cool. So let's do that now. So you push the hood through this opening like so, and it comes out the other side where you can lift it up and straighten it out. Now you can pull her chest part all the way up, and underneath you'll see there's a tab there. You can get your fingernail on it and pull out the very top part of her vehicle. And then the whole thing plugs into the hood nice and securely. Her head opens up and lays flat, just like that. So now you want to get the arms in place. So you just kind of work them around. You want to get the shoulder to lay flat there. Bring the elbow double joint like so. So it's nice and straight like that. And then the wrists, you want to close the fists and have the wrists backwards like that. Same for the other side. Get the shoulder in there. Double jointed elbow, nice and straight. Close the fist, but keep the wrist angled back. Okay, now no tabs or anything for any of these arms, they just kind of, or the head, they just kind of sit like that, which doesn't seem great, but what can you do? Okay, from here we can work on getting these backpacks to unfold. So start by unfolding that flap, and then this die cast armature here, it has to slide through this gap while you're pulling this white section out on these two hinges here, there and there. So I'll show you how that looks. It's a little bit awkward, but hopefully we can see on camera here. So we get the armature up and out of the way while we rotate that out. Now it's a little bit of a tight squeeze there, but it definitely is doable. And this plastic is a little bit soft, so it doesn't feel like you're going to break it. So that opens up there like that on that joint, and then this other pink part here, oh, first of all get this gray piece out of the way, then that opens up all the way. So it looks like that. We can close this up, it tabs in, open this up there, and we'll do the same on the other side. So we want to move this arm up, armature up, while we pull this out of the way, like so. So that pops up and around. We can tab that in, open that up, open that up. Now this has a slight clearance issue. You got to get this and this, just these two pink parts have a point where they just cross over, right there. Then you can pull that up and leave that down. So now we swing forward that joint in there and unfold so everything lines up. Sorry if that was off camera. Alright, from this point you want to line up these two pieces here. You can see that L and that L are going to fit together, but while you have access to this pin, you want to put some pressure on it and you'll feel it snap into place. And then you want to make it so the armature looks like that, goes up, over, and down, and then close it up, and you can kind of twist it like that, and then from the top you can snap it into place. There's a peg and a hole right there. that you need to get it in. And it pops in. Now you've got the front done there. Let's do the same for the other side. So we want to pull this wheel out on that pin. It'll snap into place. And then we got to work those armatures so that we can line up the L there and the L there. Make sure we get that armature bending the right way. And twist. As you're closing it, make sure this peg goes underneath that, and then from the top we've got that same hole and peg to line up and put together. Alright, so you should have something that looks like this. At this point you want to work the legs through so that it's like this. Now we can work on the lower half. So first thing we can do is pull out on the thighs, the knee from the thighs I should say. We can do that on both, like that. We can pull out from the calf muscle. There's a little snap there, and a little snap there, tight little connections. Then we want to make sure we pull the waist up out like that, and then these two halves open up, and I think we got it backwards actually. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Yeah. Okay. So then we want to rotate the thighs inward all the way around, and then we can rotate this joint around and this joint around, and the foot's going to come around as well, and the toe down like so. It goes in there. Same for the other side, so turn the thigh all the way around. That joint goes like that. Turn the foot and the toe in, and it goes in like so. Couple things before we tab it all together. We need to push the thighs together, make sure that they're solid into the hip joints there, and then from this side there's a couple openings we need to get at, right there and right there in the front of the thighs, and that will give room for these joints right here to fit inside. So now we should be able to, oh, we got a flap here that's come loose. That's got to go in there. That's got to go in there like that. Okay, we should be able to close everything up now. Make sure everything's lined up. So, flap keeps coming undone. Okay, so start by getting this back tab together, like so. These gray pieces go into the pegs on the sides of the car, like so. The front, there's this little tab and this little tab actually have to go underneath. It's a little bit tricky to get it to go underneath. And then the front tabs in on these pegs. So that tab underneath and that tab on the front. Okay. Now we just got to clean up the feet there. You can see through the middle are coming undone a little bit. This head's got to go between them. Her chin needs to rest flat as well for the wheels to have enough clearance. And there's two little tabs left. These tabs right here and here that need to plug into the back of the heels. And it's a little bit tricky to get it to get in there because the ankle joints are quite stiff, so you got to kind of work it. There we go, that one went. And that one went too. So everything looks good. Looks like our wheels have popped out. I need to get a tool in there now. I want to pop those wheels back out. Without untabbing everything, hopefully. There we go. Alright, everything is secured. This head's a little bit tricky. I can't get it to quite stay in there. I might be doing something wrong there. But I believe it's just supposed to sit between those feet. Yeah. There we go. There's vehicle mode. Rolls okay. It's got a lot of flex to it, so to get all four wheels to sit down flat is a bit tricky. But I think I got it there. Rolls okay. Looks good. Here she is with an MP car size. So I think they did well with that scale. And she fits in Prime's trailer just fine. See if I can get one of the humans to fit in here. Pretty close. If I bend the knees. There we go. Give it a pass. Maybe one of the figures from the Ultra Magnus set would fit better. Believe they're a little bit smaller than this one that I have. So overall, I think alt mode is a win. It turns out to be a nice looking representation of Arcee. Okay, so final thoughts, guys. Overall, pretty good effort from Fans Toys here. We've definitely seen better from them, but I believe this was a very challenging outing for them. Arcee's not the easiest. They did a really nice job of collapsing all the vehicle mode into these fairly small backpack pieces. Nice paint. The sculpt is nailed. That is definitely Arcee. Looks great. Lots of good accessories and face options. Lots of die cast, which is nice, so you get that weight, that quality feel, that MP feeling. But there's also a lot of improvements that could have been made, and a lot of nitpicks I have with this piece. So the hands aren't great. They're okay. It's a pass, I'd say. Would have been nicer to have something a little bit nicer looking when she makes a fist. There's a lot of tabbing issues with this. The chest likes to pop out from the waist. This, when you're there, just like that. So you gotta squeeze it in there. This likes to pop off as well when you're articulating the head. There's no way to tab these backpack pieces in that I can see anyway. I believe it's so that you can have some options for how you want to have it look like that, where they're closer together or further apart, down lower or up higher. But it'd be nice if there was some tabs there to secure it in place so they're not flopping around while you're manipulating the figure. No waist articulation. That is a real bummer. I wish that they had somehow figured that out. I hope I haven't missed something in there, but I didn't see it during transformation either. Articulation is amazing, but it's kind of at a loss because you can't get her to balance. So I wish they would have made some sort of foot plate or something like the MMC Azalea had, so that you can give her a little bit more stability and also take advantage of the amazing articulation that they provided for us. The transformation, although not as difficult as you know, say an X-Transbot piece, it also isn't that fun compared to some of the other Fans Toys Transformers I have. I'd say it's very similar to Coot. I didn't really enjoy transforming Coot either, so it's one of those things where you gotta give something to get something else, and I think to get these amazing sculpts in both robot and vehicle mode, the transformation sometimes isn't that intuitive and fun. But overall, I think a win for Fans Toys here, and a definite pickup for me. Hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks a lot, guys.